Hi Gemini, welcome to your mid-October General Love Tarot reading. This is your girl Mermaid Scales Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me here. This is a General Love Tarot reading for the Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or any other strong placement for the sign of Gemini. This is a general reading, so please keep that in mind. To only take what resonates with you and leave what doesn't for someone who really needs to hear these messages. And of course, hi cross-watchers, you're very welcome here if you're interested in a Gemini. Who wouldn't be? I'd like to remind Gemini and cross-watchers that energy is fluid. This simply means you may feel like I'm describing a certain situation in the reading where you feel the roles are flipped, reversed. Completely okay. You're more than welcome to use your own discretion to flip those roles if that resonates with your specific situation the best. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get this reading started. I like to start my readings by doing a mini meditation to clear and set the energy, but if you're just here for the card pull, I understand, and you can go ahead and check out the pinned comment below with all the timestamps. For those of you who are with me now, thank you so much for joining me. It really does help me connect to your energy by doing this. So I'm going to ask everyone to take a deep breath in, and I'm going to ring the sound bowl 3 times. And during that time, I just want you to open up your energy to ask the questions you have in regards to your love life, and we'll see what Spirit has to say about October for you guys. So let's go ahead and take that deep breath in. And tune into the energy of Gemini. All right, Gemini, let's go ahead and see what Spirit has to say for you guys for your love life in October. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Anyone dealing with the Gemini, what is going on that Gemini needs to be aware of, know about in regards to October so they can be fully prepared for what's in store. Okay, first card out we have is Coffin. Natural endings abound. Take care with your health. Okay, so there is definitely someone who is deciding maybe there's something that needs to end finally. Whether that is a specific connection, something within this connection that is preventing you guys from moving forward, maybe a thought of strategy with this. The lily is really drawing me in. So I wonder if some of you guys really resonate with lilies, if that means to anything to you on a specific level. But yeah, I gotta say something needs to be addressed, and it's almost giving me death card vibes. So some of you guys could be dealing with a Scorpio, or you could have strong Scorpio in your chart. Does not have to be the case here. Tell me more. What is this in regards to for Gemini? Ooh, that's way too many. But Spirit definitely wants to talk to you, Gemini. Spirit has the tea, wants to help you make this decision, I'm hearing, for some of you guys. Interesting. Tell me more. Okay, so we have Awaz. And just because that looks like the letter M can mean something to some of you guys, like Madeline, Michael, first, middle, last initial can mean something to someone, but it says transportation may represent a horse, car, plane, boat, or other vehicle, movement and change for better. Okay, so some of you guys, I'm kind of getting with this combination here that there could be something at a long distance, or there could just be increased distance between the two of you as far as emotional distance, communication. Someone may always have to travel for their job, and it's just getting a little bit hard for you guys to interact as consistently, and maybe some of that consistency is starting to wear down. And so maybe someone is kind of saying, look, like we need to spend more time, or we need to make more of an effort, or I gotta go. That's how it's kind of feeling here. So maybe there's like an ultimatum that's being given. But I think too, like maybe just shifting the energy from realizing maybe something hasn't been working, we've been growing further apart. It's best for both of us to maybe just put a pin in this. And, if things were to pick up later, fine. But maybe even like right now, someone's feeling like the energy of a break. And maybe even hoping that with that break, someone will come aware of what needs to be done that maybe has been put off, that no longer is going to be accepted to be put off. I feel that very strongly here. And I'm seeing freckles on someone's face, maybe arms. Maybe they're known for their freckles. Tell me more. Obstacles, unhealed wounds are blocking forward movement. Okay. So yeah, it definitely feels as if there is someone that is unwilling to change right now because of certain ego patterns, because of certain ways they want to be, even though they maybe unconsciously or their higher selves know it's not good for them, but their ego and their human self isn't attuned to that yet. But it's causing issues, it's causing problems. And it's definitely been a little bit of a rocky road, and maybe it's getting a little rockier as someone keeps on trying to push it off, keeps on trying to like not address it. And I'm seeing hoop earrings that someone may wear all the time. Okay, let's get into the tarot because we need to talk about this. Okay, first card out we have is the Knight of Swords, Gemini energy. Some of you could possibly be dealing with another Gemini or someone with strong Gemini in their chart. Two of Pentacles, yeah. It's like someone knows what they should do, but it's hard to actually do it. That's how it's feeling, and we can clarify to get a little bit more specific. Yeah. I do feel someone really did try to make this work though, and that's what's making it so hard, is that like there was genuine effort here in trying to move forward and trying to like be patient, but it just, yeah. Someone could have like a choker necklace or a neck tattoo or a birthmark on their neck. Okay, so bottom of the deck we have is the High Priestess. Interesting. Pisces energy, Cancer energy. I do feel secretive energy around this, or at least like someone, again, not being transparent. It's, at first, maybe the mystery was kind of sexy, right? Like this person's shy, you never know what's on their mind. Now it's getting annoying. That's how it kind of feels here. It's like, okay, I'm done with the guessing game. I don't want to play Guess Who anymore. I am kind of done being in this limbo of not knowing. And I think, you know, whether it's intentionally or not, someone kind of, the other side of this kind of liked that because it didn't give certainty. It didn't give them anything that they would have to hold themselves accountable for. So leaving things up in the air was very comfortable for someone. But with the High Priestess, we also have to point out the intuitive feelings behind it. And I think Gemini, since this has been going on, and there's like a lack of anything that is making you feel more confident, making you feel more sure, I think your gut feeling on this is growing more and more. I do want to clarify the High Priestess and see what could be possibly behind the curtain here to help you out. Tell me more. Okay, 10 of Cups. There are two 10s here. Your birthday could be June 10th, or you could be a cusper with June 20th or May 20th. There's also two 2s, so June 2nd, June 12th, May 22nd, or June 22nd. It could be someone's birthday. Tell me more about this energy with the High Priestess. 3 10s. Wow, 10s across the board. 10 of Pentacles with the Page of Wands. Okay. This is really interesting. I feel as if with this 10 of Cups and 10 of Pentacles combination, someone really wants to have this in their life. And because someone really wanted it, maybe they tried so hard to make this work and hoping that if they just kept persistent, if they just kept on trying to be positive about this, that it will transform into the 10 of Cups, the 10 of Pentacles. But, you know, October, it's not going at that rate. And I think someone is kind of finally starting to see past the illusions that either someone wanted to put out there of maybe happening one day, or maybe they did themselves and hoping that if they stayed long enough, it could change. Page of Wands. I do feel like there's a want and a curiosity now that has been sparked that maybe I can have this elsewhere. Maybe this isn't the person to have this with. And I think, you know, for someone, you've been starting to get a little bit of attention thrown your way. I wonder if there's certain people that have been hitting on you, asking for your number, your social media, has been checking you out, shown interest, and that's making someone wonder, yeah, there could be more out there. And that curiosity has been sparked within someone. Pisces energy, Virgo energy, and fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So let's get this going. Dead center of this we have is the Knight of Swords. Sorry, I have to censor these for YouTube community guidelines, but Gemini energy. Someone wants to talk. Someone needs to talk. And I don't know if this is like the mind's been made up, so that's why it has to be brought up so movement can happen. That could definitely be the case for some of you. Or it's more so of like, I need this has to be the discussion that changes everything. After this discussion, if there's still not enough, I know what to do moving forward. And it has to be direct. It has to be honest. There can't be any sidestepping. There can't be leaving open conclusions. It's time that you had your truth, and it's time that you get the perspective you need to have in order to make that right decision. Spirit is actually cheering that on for you guys. It may be easier to do over phone for like a phone call. I don't know. I feel Spirit's kind of saying that more so face to face, but again, do what you want to do. I feel with this Knight of Swords though, that maybe someone's not going to react very great to it. If you do decide to move on, they may get angry, confrontational, but it's because they want to have their cake and eat it too. And because you're no longer allowing that to happen, I think is what's triggering them. They like having you in their life the way it is. And I don't think any time soon they're looking to change that. And I want to be honest with you in that, Gemini, for what I'm feeling here. And I think your friends and family members have noticed this too. And noticed that they've had a hold on this for too long, or that you've given too much of your mental energy, time, and like thoughts towards this of being changed one day. And I think your family members and friends have recently come forward to give their opinion. That may have helped you kind of make this decision or kind of open your eyes a bit more. Someone likes to wear boxers around the house. And that could even be if you identify as female, like boxer pajama shorts rolled up. What's crossing this is the Two of Pentacles. So Capricorn energy. So if this is a challenge, it makes a lot of sense. Like, how do I bring this forward? What's going to happen? Like, if I don't have this in my life, what am I going to have? Especially if someone's afraid to kind of be single again or to go out in the dating world again. And not saying that you guys were like committed, maybe you were, and that makes it even scarier. But more so like I spent so much time and energy on this person that now that I feel like it could come to an end, like where do I go from here? And that could be the challenge of why this has taken some time for someone to fully rip the Band-Aid off. Others of you, if this is an emphasis card, yeah, I don't think like they're going, I'm not going to say they're going to fight for the death for this, but it's almost as if like they're still going to try to make you doubt if leaving is the right choice. Like, oh, but you know it's because I have work. Oh, you know it's because of this going on in my life. And it's the hot and cold energy. It's the attached and detached energy. And I think that that's a form of manipulation, if you want me to be honest with you, to make it seem like they're going to give it to you, all of it, but then never fully back it up with that evidence or doing anything to prove it to you with Pentacles energy, but yet leaving it a little bit or giving enough so it's still a possibility. And so they may be trying to do that when you have this conversation. So be aware of that, Gemini. They don't want you to turn your back on this or turn away from this. What's crowning this is the World card. Yeah. So fixed energy, Aquarius, Scorpio, Leo, Taurus energy. I wonder if there's something that you saw online or on social media, their social media, that kind of pissed you off, annoyed you, exposed them in some way. So for example, they could have been like, oh yeah, I have this business trip. It's really important. I can't really talk. And then it's like all the stories are them like partying, hanging out with friends. And it's like, oh, really? Like, I don't know, something kind of parallel to that. And so when you kind of see that maybe they're a little bit more for themselves and their own gratification and their own success and their own lifting up, that may be kind of the final straw for some of you guys to kind of like, all right, it's a wrap. I'm good. Now, others of you in October, I think you're really learning that this is the time now to either see it grow and prosper or to put in, you know, a close on it. And I think though, a lot of you aren't realizing how freeing it's going to be to kind of put this on a wrap. And this, I'm also hearing for now. So again, maybe this is just someone's strategy It's different for every one of you. You're going to have to use your intuition to decipher which boat you're in. But maybe it's kind of like, for now, I'm putting a block on this. I'm putting a pause, and I'm going to do me. I'm going to do what's focused. I'm going to participate and focus on what's presently in my life that uplifts me, that makes me feel whole, that makes me feel good. And if this person wants to be a part of it, they can step up. But I'm no longer going to have my happiness depending on their participation. And that's where it's like refocusing on yourself again, Gemini, that I think is going to be very helpful. And also with AWAS, with the transportation plus the world card, some of you guys may be going on a trip this October, maybe even going to a different country. And maybe that will give you a lot of perspective, especially if it's not with this person, and it gives you distance and maybe seeing how much more life has to offer outside of the two of you, especially if they're not doing enough. What's rooting this is the Ten of Wands. Sagittarius energy. Now, this is where I'm feeling what's rooting this is really, really hard to let this go, because there could be, when you two are on, let's just say, on the connection, are really feeling each other, there's a lot of passion. The sex is good. Maybe it's almost as if like you've been so much into this connection, putting this much effort, it would feel like a lot to drop. And I think others of you, again, maybe it's been hard to kind of fully push through to make that final closure because it feels heavy. It feels like you're about to drop the ball on this. And I think also, just in general, this connection has been lately really stressful for someone, and that shouldn't be the case. You shouldn't have to stress about when someone texts you back, or if they're going to hit you up, or if you guys are going to end up hanging out, or if they're going to flake again. Spirit wants you to let go of that baggage, of that anxiety or stress that no longer is needed to take up in your psyche, but you're holding on to it. And maybe even like putting, whether this is purposeful or not, putting like some blame of, if the connection's over, it's my fault because I had enough of it. And that's their lack of accountability that's being projected onto you. Because I think you did do enough. And I don't think you are just giving up on this. I think you tried a lot. Recent past, Nine of Wands. Sagittarius energy. I feel there has been something in the recent past that like showed you this person is standoffish, is, I don't know, like the last time you hung out with them or saw them, they were like really guarded from you, were being kind of like, I wouldn't even say cold. I would say like purposely kind of like rude almost. Like grumpy, easily agitated, defensive. And I think that like has still kind of stuck with you since seeing this person behave like this. And even some of you guys, if there were other people there, like people pulled you aside and were like, this person's like not good for you. Almost like, okay, so like it's an example of like you guys go out and they're kind of grumpy, sitting in like the corner of the room, not wanting to engage, not wanting to talk. And you like go over and you're like, what's wrong? Like, are you okay? And they're like, yeah, I'm fine, but I just want to go. That type of energy, like a wet blanket. And your friends and family members may like notice that this person kind of brings you down into that, where that's not your natural state, Gemini. All right, Gemini. To see the likely outcome of this, what is likely to happen and unfold from now to end of the month in your love life that you need to be aware of, know about, we're going to go ahead and take this to Patreon for the extended reading. I'm going to overturn this card here to show you the likely outcome, pull some more tarot oracle cards, just dive deeper into this. So if you guys really felt this was your reading, I promise there'll be more clarity and answers for you in the extended. So if you'd like to join me for the extended reading, open up the description box of this video where you will find the link to Patreon that will take you to the extended reading. But this is where we depart, Gemini. I hope that this has given you a lot of clarity, insight, healing, and guidance in regards to what's going on in your love life at this time. And if it has, please let me know. Drop a comment below, hit that like button, don't forget to subscribe. I love you, Gemini, very much, and I'll see you next time. Take care, Gemini.